The following is a feature presentation of SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network.
Good evening, boys and ghouls, and welcome to Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, the home of the Green Bay Attackers, as they take on their rivals, the Motor City Maniacs. Yes, that's right, it's Halloween, folks, and we are here for our Week 9 Game of the Week here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network, where we have the Lions taking on the Packers. Hello, everybody, I am your announcer and host, Joe, and, well, like I said, it's Halloween, and to celebrate Halloween, this week, all of our NFL teams will be playing dress-up as teams from the Mutant Football League video game. A game that is not sponsored by the NFL, nor does they sponsor us, but they are still a quite memorable bunch of teams, and it's a pretty good game. My personal recommendation. I'm giving that right now. Not sponsored or anything. But this year has been a very fun year for the Detroit Lions, a team still undefeated going into this week. They have not come anywhere close to losing. And meanwhile, the Green Bay Packers, they got a little bit shaky at some moments, but they've been on a 3-game winning streak, and they're hoping to extend that winning streak even further. These two teams taking advantage of a Vikings team that has not been doing all that well, and a Bears team that, they've been kind of middling all season, but they're trying their best to get back to the top. But these two are at the top of their division. If you take a look at the standings, both these teams sitting right at the top. Even if the Lions were to lose today, which is still a possibility, they would still be about a half game, apologies. They'd be a half game ahead of the Packers, who have their bye week next week. So, Green Bay definitely wants to get this win to at least try to keep pace with Detroit in the standings, at least for the NFC North. How well will these two teams do going into the rest of the season? I don't know. But we're going to be excited to find out. But for now, we're going to take a small break, and when we come back, we'll take you down to Lambeau Field for the coin toss. And here we are, Lambeau Field, which might be the mecca of the NFL stadiums. Lions will call heads, and it will be heads. And they will elect to return. Braden Arveson will be kicking it off for the Green Bay Packers, and meanwhile, it's Khalif Raymond who will be back to return for the Lions. He's going to take this back from about the 1.5-yard line. Gets a tackle broken, another tackle. He's still going. He's past the 30, and he's taken down to about the 35. And let's take a look at the starting Lions offense. Jared Goff at starting quarterback in his third year with the team, following the trade that the Rams had given to him. Actually, this is his fourth year with the team. I apologize, I miscounted. With him behind him at running back, you have David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, the second-year runner, who's been doing pretty well for himself. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams are the wide receivers. And lining up on the line, you have Samuel Laporta at tight end, alongside the linemen Frank Ragnow, Graham Glasgow, Kevin Zeitler, Taylor Decker, and Penei Sewell. Dan Campbell in his fourth year with this team at head coach, and he has made a name for himself here. And meanwhile, Ben Johnson is the offensive coordinator. First and 10 for the Lions. They'll be starting on their own 34, it'll actually be called. Goff looking and waiting, throwing to his right for Samuel Laporta, and he's got the first down and into Green Bay territory. And let's take a look at that Green Bay starting defense. Preston Smith, Darrell Slayton, and Kenny Clark are the defensive linemen. At linebacker, you have Isaiah McDuffie, Keyshawn Nixon, Quay Walker, and Rashawn Gary. Jair Alexander and Eric Stokes are the corners for Green Bay. And meanwhile, the safeties, you have rookie Javon Bullard and Xavier McKinney. Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator for Green Bay. Meanwhile, the special teams coordinator is Rich Bisaccia. First and 10 for Detroit. Man in motion. Goff in shotgun formation. Looking patiently. Running out of time. Going to get this one off to his left for Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's got the first down and more, as he's taken down at about the 26-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 for Detroit there. Goff going to hand this one off to David Montgomery. and he's going to get about 3 on this one. Montgomery, a former Bear, so he has quite a bit of familiarity with the Packers. David Montgomery going to get a hand at the ball yet again. Going to get about 5 yards on that one, so it'll be 3rd and 2, but they're in the red zone. Goff dropping back. Looking, throwing to his right for Jameson Williams, and he's in! Touchdown, Lions! They strike first here in Green Bay. Quite the trick for the Packers. The Lions get themselves a treat. And Jake Bates' kick on the way. And it's good. So it's a 7-0 game to start. Pretty standard for a lot of teams. Keyshawn Nixon back to return this one. And he'll take this from about 2 yards in his own end zone. Gonna run along the near side and taken down about the 15. And let's take a look at the Green Bay Packers starting offense. Jordan Love in his 5th year out of Utah State, his 2nd year as the full-time starter. Josh Jacobs lining up behind him at running back. At the wide receiver positions, you have Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, and Romeo Doubs. Luke Musgrave, the tight end in his 2nd year out of Oregon State, is lining up on the line alongside Josh Myers, Elgton Jenkins, rookie Jordan Morgan, Rasheed Walker, and Zach Tom. Matt LaFleur in his 6th year coaching for the Packers, and Adam Stenovich is the 3rd year offensive coordinator here for Green Bay. 1st and 10 Packers on their own 15. Love going to hand this one off to Jacobs, and he's going to get to about the 21. And let's take a look at that starting defense for the Lions. Aiden Hutchinson, DJ Reader, and Alan McNeil all lining up on the defensive line. At linebacker, you've got Alex Anzalone, Amik Robinson, Jack Campbell, and Marcus Davenport. Rookie Terrier Arnold is on the corner alongside Carlton Davis. And for safeties, you've got Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator here for Detroit. And meanwhile, Dave Phipp is the special teams coordinator. 2nd and 5 for Green Bay. Love going to toss this one to Jacobs, who's running along the near side. And he's got the first down. And he's still fighting for yardage, too. Gets a little bit more than what was expected there with fighting for after he got wrapped up. So 1st and 10. Love dropping back and looking to throw to his right. Jaden Reed not going to get it. It's deflected. Nice play by the defense there. 2nd and 10. Love dropping back. Plenty of time. Gonna throw this one to his right for Jacobs on a screen pass. And he's gonna fight for some extra yardage, but he only gets about 8. So 3rd and 2. Men in motion for the Pack. Jacobs gonna get tossed this one, but he's gonna get stopped behind the line for a loss of about 6. So they're gonna punt the ball. That's Daniel Whelan, who is the punter in his 3rd year out of UC Davis. And meanwhile, Khalif Raymond back to return. And he's going to take this one up to about the 26. So 1st and 10 for Detroit in some pretty decent field position to start. Goff going to hand this one off to Jahmyr Gibbs, who gets only about a yard. 2nd and 9, man in motion. Goff in shotgun. Looking for an open man. Gonna throw to his right for Jameson Williams. Incomplete. So 3rd and 9. Goff running out of time. Defense breaks through. Keyshawn Nixon credited with the sack. And so they're gonna have to punt. Jack Fox will be punting this one. And Nixon, who just got the sack, going to be back to return. And he'll take this one from about the 27.5. And gets stopped after about a gain of 6 on that return. 1st and 10 Packers. Love dropping back. All kinds of open space. Throwing to his left for Romeo Doubs, who's wide open in Detroit territory. He's still going. Can he? Could he? Oh, no, he will not. He's going to get tripped up by his ankles, but that's a pretty good gain to get into the red zone. 1st and 10 for Green Bay on the Lions 14. Throwing a screen pass for Jacobs, but unable to connect with him. Incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Man in motion on the left side. Love hands this one off to Jacobs, and he gets to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 10. Love hands it off to Jacobs yet again, and Jacobs only going to get about 3 on that one. So they're going to go with the Braden Narveson field goal the rookie kicker out of NC State. Narveson kick on the way, and it's blocked! It's deflected! Oh, but it got picked up by the Packers, Elton Jenkins, and he runs in for the touchdown! The lineman with the score here! What a series of events! I guess you can never predict how wild things can get here on Halloween. Narveson extra point is good. How about that? Craig Reynolds back to return for the Lions. He'll take this from about the 6. And he's going to get to about the 22. 1st and 10 Detroit. Goff dropping back. Gonna throw over the middle for Laporta, but can't connect with him. Incomplete. This has been a wild first quarter. Goff in shotgun formation on this 2nd down. Waiting, throwing to his right for Jamison Williams on a deep ball, but way overthrew him. So that'll be the end of the first quarter. 3rd and 10. Goff dropping back. Throws to his right for Williams, who leaps up to grab this one, and he's still on his feet into Green Bay territory as he's taken down at about the 40. 1st and 10 Lions. Goff in shotgun formation. Gonna try and run forward. Looks like he's getting a better view. Avoid the potential deflection. Amon-Ra St. Brown with the ball. Taken down at about the 15. Nice catch there by St. Brown, who's been an amazing weapon for the Lions since he came here. Goff looking for an open man. Gonna throw for St. Brown in the corner of the end zone, but can't connect with him. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Goff in shotgun. All kinds of time. Throwing to his right for Jamison Williams, but can't connect with him either. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Goff dropping back. Gonna throw to his left for St. Brown in the end zone. Can't connect with him either. So they'll go for the field goal here. Jake Bates, this is gonna be a 23-yard attempt. Kick from Bates on the way. And doinks off the left upright, but it's in. Bates has spent the previous spring kicking for the UFL's Michigan Panthers, so playing in the same stadium the Lions normally play in. Keyshawn Nixon going to take this one up to about the 25 and still on his feet. He's at the 30 and taken down from behind at about the 32. 1st and 10 Packers. Toss to Jacobs, and Jacobs going to get taken down behind the line for a loss of 5. 2nd and 15. Love dropping back. Gonna throw to his right for Christian Watson. He's got this one! Christian Watson getting into good field position into Lions territory. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 41, it looks like. Love dropping back, throws to his left immediately for Romeo Doubs, who dives for it. He gets back up, and he's gonna avoid getting tackled until he gets to about the 6, maybe 7. 1st and goal. Man in motion to Love's left. Love gonna try and run forward. DJ Reader, though, with the sack for the loss of 7. So, 2nd and goal on the 14. Love gonna throw to his left for Dobbs, but it's deflected and incomplete. Good protection there by the defense, that's for sure. Love dropping back. Waiting patiently, getting plenty of time to throw for Jaden Reed for the touchdown, Green Bay. And Reed, you know he's going for the Lambeau leap here. 14-yard touchdown pass. And with the extra point by Nerveson, it's up and it doinks off the left upright, but it's good. 14-10 Pack. But still plenty of time to go in this game. Reynolds going to take this one from the goal line. And get up to about the 20. 25, 30. He's still on his feet, and he's taken down at about the 33. 1st and 10 Lions. Goff going to hand this one off to Gibbs, who's running up the middle and is still going. He's into Green Bay territory. He's still on his feet. They're coming up on him, though, and they take him down from behind once he gets to the 21. Trip him up by his legs. 1st and 10 Detroit. Goff with the play action, rolling to his left. You know who he's looking for in this situation. It's St. Brown in the end zone for the touchdown. The Lions get back the lead. A nice connection there from Goff to St. Brown. We've been seeing that a lot. And Bates' kick on the way, and it's good. Now, a lot of people were wondering who is going to be the heir apparent to Megatron himself. That being... Oh, Keyshawn Nixon coming up. And he's going to get to the 30, 35, 40, 45. He's at the 50. He's in the Detroit territory. And he's down at about the 35. Calvin Johnson, the former Lion, got his heir apparent. But the Packers, they got the heir apparent to Aaron Rodgers with Jordan Love. And he's going to toss to Josh Jacobs. A lot of people are going to measure this. And it's first down. A lot of people thought that they were going to have both Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs in that backfield. But less than 24 hours later, Aaron Jones signed with the Vikings for a pay cut, actually. Josh Jacobs going to take this one, run along the far sideline, and he's in for the touchdown. Josh Jacobs looking amazing for the Green Bay run game. And the Packers have a 20-17 lead. They can make it 21 if Narveson gets the extra point here. On the way, and it's good. So, back to the Lions handling the ball with about a minute and a half left to go. They're going to take this from about the 1. Greg Reynolds gets up to the 15-20. Still on his feet, 25-30. He avoids some tackles, taken down about the 36. Great return game from both kick returners here. Goff in shotgun formation. Plenty of time, but he's running out of it. Throw to his right for Jamison Williams, who's deep into Green Bay territory, and he's taken down at the 7. First and goal for the Lions, and they're going to call their first timeout. Man in motion for Goff. Looking, waiting, gotta find somebody. Running out of time, throws a screen pass for David Montgomery, who runs along the far sideline. Touchdown, Detroit. And they're going to take the lead back. Great offensive play calling by both teams so far. And that's a good way to score before the second half, because the Packers are going to get the ball to start the second half. So 24-21. Keyshawn back to return this one. He'll be at about the 1-yard line. Barring a miracle, this will probably be how we stop the first half. And he'll get to about the 31, but that's still not quite enough. But very impressive. And so we're going to go into halftime in this one. Detroit coming away with the lead right now, 24-21. Like we said, the Pack getting the ball back at halftime. Next week, it's an NFC West battle in California as Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers take on Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. And that's all coming up for you next week, our Week 10 Game of the Week, here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. And Bates going to kick this one off to Keyshawn Nixon. He's going to take this from about the 2. Maybe a little bit farther ahead of the 2. He's going to get to the 15, taken down at the 18. The Packers have been on all cylinders today. Love dropping back, and he's going to get sacked. Jack Campbell and the defense broke through that offensive line. Pretty good play there by the defense. So, Love looking for something. Throw for Reed, and he's got it. First down and more as he gets into Detroit territory, taken down at about the 41 of the Lions. Man in motion. Love dropping back. Gonna throw this one for Christian Watson, and he's got it. Breaks a tackle. Still going. Gets into the red zone. What did I tell you? All offensive cylinders for this Packers offense. Only one drive that ended without a score. And that handoff to Jacobs doesn't go anywhere, so 2nd and 10. Love looking for someone. Can anybody find someone for Love? He tries for Watson, but unable to connect with him. 3rd and 10. Love dropping back. Gonna try and run forward. He's getting wrapped up. Can he break through? Oh, yes, he does. He surprised me, but he's immediately taken down by Amik Robertson. Not able to avoid that second potential sack. And they're going to go with the field goal from Narveson. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Looks like it's going right, and it doinks off that upright, so we got a tie game here. Braden Narveson doing pretty well. And that will be Craig Reynolds back to return for Detroit. Going to take this from about the 7. Reynolds gets to the 20, 25, trying to avoid tackles, but he's going to fumble the ball! It's picked up by Keyshawn Nixon, and he's taking it the other way! And he's taken down at the 6! What a surprise! Love going to get the handoff to Jacobs. Second and goal. Love going to hand this one off to Jacobs, and he's in for the touchdown. And just like that, Green Bay takes back the lead 10 points. We saw this kind of last week with our game of the week between the Saints and Chargers, where the Chargers scored quite a few number of points. I couldn't remember how many unanswered, but they did quite a lot of work against the Saints there in the second half. And that seems to be the case with a lot of teams this year, is even if they get a slight, even if one team gets a slight lead in the first half, second half they usually come away with it. So, Jared Goff, the former Ram, tosses one to Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs going to run up the middle, going to break a couple tackles. He's got the first down. He fumbles the ball. He fumbled it, and it's picked up by Isaiah McDuffie. And wow, what is going on with Green Bay today? Making some real good adjustments and some good luck for good measure. And he's going to fumble the ball, Josh Jacobs. But it goes into Watson's hands almost immediately. Great hands by Christian Watson to make it a 6-yard gain as opposed to a turnover. Jack Campbell with his second sack. Amazing work. 3rd and 10. So Love back to where this drive started. That pass gets deflected. Don't know who he was going to try to throw it to, but they were going to prevent that. And they're going to go for the field goal here. This will be about a 48-yard attempt. Braden Arveson kick on the way. And doinks off the left upright. No good. So 1st and 10. Lions get it in some pretty good field position. Hand off to David Montgomery, running along the near sideline. He's still going, and he's going to get it to about the 49 of the Packers. So 1st and 10 for Detroit there. Goff going to toss this one to Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs going to get to breaking a tackle, taken down at about the 41. Maybe 42. So 2nd and 3, they're going to call it. Goff dropping back, throwing to his right for Jamison Williams, incomplete. 3rd and 3. Goff tossing for Jahmyr Gibbs, running along the near sideline, and he's got the first down and more, taken down at about the 31. 1st and 10. Goff toss this one to Montgomery. No handoff. My apologies. And he's not going to get too far. Gets to just shy of the line of scrimmage, they're going to say. So 2nd and 11 on technically a loss of 1. Goff hands it off to Gibbs this time. Gibbs going to get about 7 on that one. 3rd and 4. Goff. Play action. Rolling to his left. Gonna throw this one for Amon-Ra St. Brown in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Lions! And this game is tied, barring the extra point. Amazing work there by Jared Goff. His former team playing next week in our game of the week. They're hosting, but he's on the road with his current team. And extra point goes through. This game is tied at 31. Keyshawn Nixon back to return it. We have had quite a spectacular game. It's been back and forth. Even when one team gets a good lead, doesn't last for long. As Nixon going to get to the 20 with less than 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Love going to hand this one off to Jacobs. Jacobs going to run it up the middle, fighting for some extra yardage, so it's a gain of 6. Got time for one more play before the end of the 3rd quarter. Love dropping back. Going to throw this one to his right for Christian Watson, and it's picked off! That is Kirby Joseph with the interception for the Lions! Amazing work there by the Detroit defense. And now Goff going to hand this one off to David Montgomery running along the far side. This has been a spectacular game for both teams on both sides of the ball. Goff running out of time. That pass blocked. Don't know who he was throwing it for, but Green Bay was going to deflect that one. So 3rd down, Goff looking for an open man. Plenty of time. Throws to his right for Jamison Williams. He is wide open. Got one man to beat, and he does. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with the connection. And Goff going to make this another 7-point lead, but no lead has been safe today, no matter how big. I think this is like the 4th time we've been tied up. And Nixon back to return it. And he's going to take this one up to the 20-ish yard line. 1st and 10 for Green Bay there. They want to put that last drive behind them. Love going to throw this one to his left for Romeo Doubs. Romeo Doubs gets into Detroit territory. He's finally taken down at about the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 Packers. Man in motion to Love's left. And he's going to try and run forward. DJ Reader, though, gets to him with the rest of the defense. So it's a loss of 8. 2nd and 18. They're back in their own territory. Love trying to run forward. Aiden Hutchinson coming through big with the loss of 3. Actually, a loss of 4. My math was incorrect there. So, 3rd and very long. Throw for Romeo Doubs, and he's got that first down. He gets into the red zone, actually, before he's finally taken down at about the 15. 5.5 to go for Green Bay. Toss for Jacobs. He's going to run along the far sideline. He's got only 1 or 2 men to beat, and he does. Touchdown, Packers. And if Narveson's extra point goes through on this one, it will be a tie game yet again. This has been exciting. And you'd think I'd be on Halloween candy with the sugar rush this game's been giving me. Probably been giving this all the fans watching this too. Reynolds going to take this back from about the 3-yard line. Going to get up to the 20. 25, still going, taking down about the 27 or so. So it'll actually be on the 28th, they'll mark it. 1st and 10. Goff going to hand this one off to Montgomery. Breaks a tackle, running along the far sideline. He's got the first down, and he's got the gain of 13, it looks like. Unlucky 13, but maybe it'll be good luck for them. 1st and 10 in shotgun formation. Goff going to throw to his right for Samuel Laporta, but he can't connect with him. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Goff tossing this one to Gibbs, who's going to get about 2 on that one. So 3rd and 8. They're in their own territory. Might we see some Dan Campbell gutsiness? Well, not if they convert it. They don't need it. Samuel Laporta gets the first down on that connection. So it'll be 1st and 10 at about the 43. Goff going to throw this one to his right for Jamison Williams. Williams going to get the first down. Gets into the red zone. He's still going. And he's down at about the 8. 1st and goal, Lions. They got to waste some time to prevent the Green Bay Packers from doing too much. Got to throw it over the middle. Samuel Laporta in the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. And that's a 40-point game on this one. Jared Goff with a great connection there. And extra point by Bates on the way. And it's good. 45-38. Keyshawn Nixon back to return this one. He's only going to have about 3 minutes. Nixon going to get to the 20. Down at the 25. 1st and 10. Love, this is where you need to make the big bucks, buddy. Jordan dropping back. Going to throw this one deflected by the defensive line who was breaking through. 2nd and 10. Love dropping back. All kinds of time. Throwing to his left. It's Romeo Doubs with the leaping grab into Detroit territory. And he's down at the 38. 1st and 10. Pack. They call their first timeout with just over 2 minutes to go. Man in motion. Love dropping back. Defense tries to break through, but he gets it off in time. But it's picked off! That is Davis to return it. Carlton Davis might have just sealed this game with an interception there. 1st and 10. Goff going to hand this one off to David Montgomery. He's running along the near sideline. He's got the first down, breaks the tackle. He's taken down at about the 42. And Packers going to call their first time out. We're going to take a look at this Lions upcoming schedule after this play. Hand off to Gibbs, and he gets only about 4. Like we said, Packers will call their first time out. So the next 4 games will be at Houston. Go back to Detroit to take on the Jaguars, at the Colts, and then the Bears. And hand off to Gibbs, and he's got the first down. Less than a minute to go. First and 10. Handoff for Gibbs, running up the middle and taken down about the 15. So in the Packers' upcoming schedule, like I said, they have a bye week next week. Then they go to Chicago, and then they got 2 home games against the Packers, against the 49ers, and Dolphins. And that's a first down for Detroit. Just about 30 seconds to go. Gibbs going to get the handoff, trying to run up the middle. Doesn't get too far, only gets about 2 yards with 18 seconds. But Detroit, barring a miracle defensive play, going to come away with the victory here. Montgomery going to break the tackle, and he's going to break a couple more, and that will do it. The Detroit Lions looked a little risky at a couple times there, but they remain undefeated. They go to 7-0, and next week, like we said, they have a game against the Texans in Houston. Meanwhile, Green Bay dropping to a very unfortunate 5-3, and next week they have a bye week before they've got themselves a road game against another division rival in the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, we will see these two teams play again in Week 14, but that will be in the Motor City. Taking a look at the standings now, with that loss, they go 5-3 Packers. Now about 2.5 games behind the Detroit Lions, and they're only half a game ahead of the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, Bears and Vikings, they definitely need the Packers to lose to try and get into the wild card. Maybe even try to chase up to the Lions, but with how this Lions team is looking, I don't know if they can. And that is going to do it for us today. A reminder that this weekend we will have our Week 9 Tecmo Rewind. Then we've got the Tecmo Halfway Roundup before we have our Week 10 Game of the Week between San Francisco and the LA Rams at SoFi Stadium. For all of us here at SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network, I'm your host, Joe, saying good night, everybody!